we're about 15 months into the life cycle of the Quest 2, so should you be buying a Quest 2 in 2022? There are 5 things we need to talk about right now. Number 1 has to be price. It's undeniable that the Quest 2 is by far the best value for money and the best priced VR headset out there still since its launch. In fact, it's actually a better value now that they have gone from 64 gigabytes up to 128 gigabytes at the $299 price tag. $299 for a fully standalone VR headset that allows you to play games without requiring any other hardware, not just regular games, but full 6 Degrees of Freedom games with the ability to move around. Having a device for $299 that allows you to play full featured games that are getting better all the time and allows you to actually connect to a PC and use it as a PC VR headset still blows my mind to this day. So for price, with the Quest 2, it is a massive value. The ability to have that full standalone, fully featured headset that plays games even like Resident Evil 4, which is pretty fantastic, plus the ability to tether the headset to your PC with either a cable if you would like, or even better, wireless PC VR gaming, which in my opinion is a game changer. It means you can start off with the Quest 2 by itself, and if you really enjoy VR and want to save some money aside or decide at a later date you want a PC VR headset, you're not locked into just having a standalone one. The thing is though, is it's not just a gaming device. The longer that the Quest 2 is around, the more value it gets, including things like productivity. Whether you want to work in VR, where you can bring your computer with tracked keyboard, or you want to have a business meeting with several of your colleagues, as well as things like watching movies in big screen with people thousands of miles away. This is not just a gaming device where you're going to put a headset on and leave the real world and be all by yourself. That is one of the beauties of the price of the Quest 2, is the fact that you're not just buying a VR gaming device, you're buying a device that's going to bring you possibilities, including in one area that I forgot to mention, and that is fitness. If you're looking for a fitness device, for me, the Quest 2 is one of the best things to buy, even above other pieces of hardware, because it just is fun. Nobody I know actually enjoys the monotony of regular workouts. That's why VR is so insane, because it's easier to bring yourself to do it every single day if you can do it in another universe, or you can do it by playing a game. And for me, at the price point of $299, it still is an incredible value. But of course, the device does nothing if you don't have games for it, and that's number 2, the games. Ever since the Quest 1 launched, we've been getting new games, but it seems like lately we've been being pumped with even better games. Games like Resident Evil 4 that'll take you a long time to beat, and it brings a classic, amazing story into virtual reality. Or games like Zenith, where you've got a full MMORPG in virtual reality that has a lot of people already playing, and you could spend literally dozens and probably hundreds of hours in this game already. And that's just 2 games that are currently already out on the Quest 2. The current library is growing and growing. Whether you're looking for a sports game to play baseball, or you want to play a round of golf or ping pong, maybe you're looking for an online shooter, so you want to go play Contractors and feel like you're jumping into something like Counter-Strike. Maybe you want a single-player story, so you'll dive into something like Lies Beneath. Or you want something co-op and you can dive into After the Fall. Maybe you want a relaxing experience with puzzles, so you'll grab something like Cubism, or dozens of other types of games and experiences on the Quest 2. The library keeps growing, from sailing in a sailboat on the ocean to attending an alien-filled high school. There is so much possibility coming to the Quest on top of the massive library we already have. Plus, you've got the big games coming that we know about, we just don't know when they're coming, from games like Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell, to even Grand Theft Auto San Andreas getting a full virtual reality port. And let me tell you, there are some amazing games coming this year that I can't quite talk about just yet, but that'll make having a Quest 2 even more amazing. Plus, if you somehow run out of games on the regular Quest store, you've got App Lab now, which means you can download a huge library of other games, a lot of them actually free, but even the paid games aren't all that expensive, and and there are dozens, if not hundreds now, of games on App Lab to choose from. One big thing people absolutely hated when it was launched is the fact you have to log into a Facebook account to actually use the Quest 2. Well, according to people internally, that is actually going away. Yes, you are going to be able to unlink your Facebook account from your Quest 2. What they've said is that the requirement for a Facebook account is going to go away. Obviously, you're going to need some type of other account like you used to for an Oculus account, but the fact that you don't have to have a Facebook account is going to be a benefit for a lot of people. So I see that as a huge positive for buying a Quest 2 in 2022. Number 4, continued updates. This device has gotten more updates with features than I've ever seen in my life. Starting all the way back when hand tracking launched, all the way to things like a tracked keyboard, tracked desk and couch, now with pass-through mode activated so developers can utilize the pass-through cameras. They're creating experiences that you can experience in your actual home using the pass-through cameras, even though they're just black and white, and it's been pretty creative and pretty awesome. Now, with a recent leak that's showing some body tracking, and I still have no idea how that would be implemented or if it would even work, but it's out in the wild now, and nearly constant leaks with different features coming, like inviting friends over to your Quest home and hanging out. There is a lot of updates coming, and from what I've heard, there's even more coming this year that we don't know about. Needless to say, the Quest 2 is still a massively updated device, and support is not going anywhere anytime soon. That kind of leads me to the last point, and that is talking about Project Cambria. Now, if you don't know what Project Cambria is, it's a name for a prototype device that we're supposed to be hearing more about this year and supposedly is going to be launching this year. But I can tell you right now, it's not going to be a Quest 3, at least not in the traditional sense. Now, there's no hard concrete evidence, so a lot of this is guesses or leaks that we've heard, and we think we know things which could be totally wrong. But from what we know, Project Cambria is going to be a more high-end VR headset that will not be replacing the Quest 2, but working alongside of it, with things like face tracking, eye tracking, probably better external cameras, among other more high-end things, and it'll also have a high-end price tag to go along with it, which we don't know what the price is going to be just yet. It's been made clear, though, that Project Cambria is designed as a high-end device to work alongside the Quest 2, not to replace it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up being called a Quest 2 Pro, or just Quest Pro, or something along those lines. Currently, it's not even said to have a new chip inside of it. What exactly is this headset for? I don't know, to be honest. I'll have to wait and see what they say. Some people think it's going to be for business use. That'll work well for social stuff, as well as also playing games, and it's going to be fantastic for connecting to PC VR and playing it if it does have higher resolution displays and whatever the device is going to end up having. The key thing to know is that it's not going to replace the Quest 2. In fact, I don't expect us to see an actual Quest 2 replacement this year. My assumption is at most we will hear about it at Connect this year in the fall, a new device potentially coming next year that would be a Quest 3 of some kind, but I don't think it's going to be going anywhere in 2022. And even after 2022, I don't think it's going to be the same thing as the original Quest, where we're going to see it phased out for some experiences. I think from what I've seen and what I've heard from developers, the Quest 2 is still being heavily developed for and pushed. So I think that even if we got a Quest 3, it might be something that would have better specs in some ways, but probably not actually replace the Quest 2. There you go, there is my spiel about the Quest 2 and upcoming hardware and why you should or shouldn't buy the Quest 2 in 2022. What do you think though? Let me know in the comments whether you think 2022 is still a good year to buy a Quest 2 or if you're leaning in the opposite direction. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you want to get the most out of your Quest and your Quest 2, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there and the bell icon for notifications. And you can check out more of my videos right over there. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and happy questing!